AI agents are everywhere, automating tasks and making decisions at machine speed. But agents make mistakes. Just one rogue agent can do big damage before you even notice. Rubrik Agent Cloud is the only platform that helps you monitor agents, set guardrails, and rewind mistakes, so you can unleash agents, not risk. Accelerate your AI transformation at Rubrik.com. That's RUBRIK.com.
If you're a smoker or vapor ready to make a change, you really only need one good reason. But with Zyn nicotine pouches, you'll discover many good reasons. Zyn is America's #1 nicotine pouch brand. Plus, Zyn offers a robust rewards program. There are lots of options when it comes to nicotine satisfaction, but there's only one Zyn. Check out Zyn.com/find to find Zyn at a store near you. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical.
You hired a new employee. Time to get to work, right? Not quite. First comes HR software for payroll and benefits. Then IT tools to manage devices and app access. And finance software for expenses. Oh, and none of these softwares work together. That's sad. Software as a disservice. Rippling lets you run HR, IT, and finance on one unified platform with automations that save time and connect your workflows. For a limited time, you can get 6 months of Rippling free when you sign up at rippling.com/podcast. That's RIPPLING.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply.
AI agents are everywhere, automating tasks and making decisions at machine speed. But agents make mistakes. Just one rogue agent can do big damage before you even notice. Rubrik Agent Cloud is the only platform that helps you monitor agents, set guardrails, and rewind mistakes, so you can unleash agents, not risk. Accelerate your AI transformation at Rubrik.com. That's RUBRIK.com.
AI had the time of my life. AI never felt this way before.
From building timelines to assigning the right people and even spotting risks across dozens of projects, Monday Sidekick knows your business, thinks ahead, and takes action. One click on the star and consider it done.
And I owe it all to you.
Try Monday Sidekick. AI you'll love to use on Monday.com.
Hello, I'm Sarah.
And I'm Toby.
And welcome to day 27 of 31 days of Halloween. I've got 4 spooky stories to share today. I'll get straight into them. Are you ready? For the first story.
Yes, I am.
Just want to give a quick heads up. You may want to listen through this one first if you've got young ones listening. Nightmare bus trip. On August the 1st, 2025, I took a shopping trip on the local bus. As I boarded, I saw my regular seat was available and was walking toward it when I had an overwhelming feeling not to sit there. So I decided to sit closer to the front because I felt like I needed to escape quickly. This trip takes an hour to an hour and a half, depending on traffic. For the first 20 minutes, I felt like something was really wrong, but I didn't know what it could be. No one was acting or looking crazy. You know the type, an addict that can't sit still. The idiot that is mistreating the spouse. The girl yelling at the cheating boyfriend on the phone. Yet every time I looked at the still empty seat, I would get a vision. The first one, I was sitting there, and there was a man behind me. Not angry looking, just a regular, average white guy in a ball cap. When we got to the shopping location, he cut my throat before getting off. I saw my blood everywhere in the vision. In the seat I was actually in, I started having a panic attack. I looked around to calm myself, trying to prove to my mind that I was safe. The feeling to flee made me want to jump from a moving bus. The next vision, I witnessed the same man repeat the same action. But it was a woman I had never seen before. This entire bus ride, the two visions kept swapping. Her blood or mine would spray the front of the bus. When I finally truly arrived at the shopping centre, I ran from the bus, but the man from the vision was standing at the stop to get on. After I was done shopping for my daughter's school uniform, I looked at the bus stop and saw him still there. I heard a voice say, "Don't get on that bus." So I walked to another stop to board a different route. On August the 3rd, 2025, I was going to go shopping some more. I keep coming up with excuses not to go. Every time I thought about it, I knew I would have to use the Route 700 bus, the bus I was having visions on. So instead of shopping, I spent the day writing and crocheting. When I decided to check Facebook, there was a news post and a police post with a picture of the man from the vision being arrested. They said that the bus driver picked him up from the shopping centre, and before exiting at the end of the line, he cut the woman's throat who was sitting where I normally would. And just like in my vision, it was without reason. That is spooky, isn't it? And I think a good reminder to always listen to that inner voice.
Me, is God protecting you?
Yeah, something definitely going on. Are you ready for the second story?
Yes, I am.
The story of a real witch. I live in Eastern Europe. Well, more exactly in Romania. You may have heard about those gypsy witches that live in my country. Most of them are just pretending to be something that they're not. This is the story of a real witch. My grandmother used to live in the same village with a witch. I don't know if the witch was a gypsy or Romanian, but it doesn't really matter. She lived for so many years that no one knew her age. This woman claimed to be a witch, and she also claimed that she had this demon who served her. She used to talk about the way she sold her soul one night in the forest while performing a ritual. In return, she gained powers and the help of a demon. She said that she couldn't die until she convinced someone to take full charge and responsibility of her duty as a witch, and sell her soul to the darkness as well. She had, I believe, 3 daughters, but people said that their mother's behaviour scared them away. They moved to Bucharest and never returned to the village. Now, you will say that she was most likely a crazy old woman. Well, no. A lot of people heard weird noises coming from her attic, and she agreed that the sounds were made by her slave demon. People, even though afraid, asked her to solve their problems and gave her money for that. No one ever complained about her work. No one. Everything was put in place, no matter how difficult the task was. Also, people witnessed a lot of hard work getting done overnight in her yard and garden. Stuff that she wasn't able to do alone. Unfortunately, I do not know if she's still alive. I have one more story about a witch, so let me know if you want to read about it. Edit. There are a few more details I did not mention. Some of you were really curious about this story, so here it is. My grandmother met a woman on her way to work. This woman asked my grandmother about the witch. She wanted to know where the witch lived. My grandmother gave her directions and then asked her why she was going to see the witch. She said that a thief broke into her house and stole her savings, and she wanted her money back. The next day, my grandma met the woman again. She carried a bag. My grandma asked her what happened. She said she went to the witch and received the promise that she was able to find the money on the table when she returned home. The witch asked in advance for half that money. The woman agreed. It was better than nothing. Things happened exactly as the witch said, and she carried the promised money in the bag on the way to the witch's house. Another story is that a woman fell in love with a married man. She went to the witch and told her that she wanted that man. The witch asked her if she wanted the man no matter what the consequences were. She said yes. In less than a month, his wife got ill and died. He remarried. He got married to the woman that killed his wife. That's why she was seen as a powerful witch, as a real witch. She had some supernatural powers. I wish somebody would come and do my gardening overnight.
Yeah.
Or even during the day. That'd be less scary. I'd be well happy. I love this story. A proper Romanian witch. I love it. Are you ready for the third story?
Yes, I am.
I saw hooded figures in my old high school, and nobody believes me. For starters, I know this sounds insane and fake, and if you don't believe me, that's alright. But if you'd like to hear me out, please give your thoughts on what I could have possibly stumbled upon the other night. I, a 21-year-old girl, and my two friends of the same age, are always hanging out with each other when not busy with work and other responsibilities. We went to the same K-12 school together, met in 6th grade, and have been inseparable ever since. Our school is one gigantic building, pretty much in the middle of nowhere. We live in a very rural county, so our towns are bare, and there isn't much to see besides farms and drive-through coffee places. During the summer, the school sat basically deserted, with nobody coming in and out, other than in the mornings, once in a blue moon, to prepare for the upcoming year in September. I see the occasional family set up on the elementary section of the building, taking advantage of the empty playground and letting their children use it while I drove past to go to my job. There'd sometimes be some people also taking advantage of our school's walking and running track, but it wasn't common. Other than that, this place was basically void of any activity. With us being graduated and into our young adult years, we obviously hadn't been back to the school for any reason. It was about 10:15ish at night, and my friends Mason, Emily and I were all sitting in Mason's car in a mostly empty gas station parking lot while we chowed down on the snacks purchased from there. It's not that important, but all three of us are goth, and it's a reason why we are so close, and a reason why we enjoy the creepier things in life. So when Mason suggested we drive around the back roads where all the deserted homes and cemeteries were, Emily and I happily agreed. Her and I loved to point out the beautiful neglected Victorian homes and what we'd do with them if we had any money. I only bring it up that we enjoy the more unsettling things in life, because none of us are super unsettled by peculiar, unexplainable things. Especially Mason. I've seen that boy watch horror movies without so much as move a muscle in his face. He was nearly impossible to scare, as was Emily. It'd take more than a jump scare or creak in the floorboards to put them on edge. I myself have a large collection of taxidermy, bones, teeth, creepy dolls, and other creepy weird things of that nature. We spent about a half an hour looking at homes and headstones on graves, before finally getting back onto the main road and heading back to Emily's apartment, where we planned on sleeping over. It was Emily's suggestion that we stop at our high school and creep around for old time's sake, so we did. Mason pulled into the empty parking lot, and all of us got out and made our way to the high school and middle school section to look around. We all told stories and reminisced about our time there, really emphasising how much we hated it, honestly. Emily and I went to the middle of the building, where the cafeteria for the middle school and high school was, and stared into the giant window. All we saw in the dark were stacked chairs and tables, all stored neatly in one corner. The only visible light was coming from appliances and other things left plugged in, along with a few more small recessed lights in the ceiling. Mason had gone to the other side of the building to peek into the window of our old homeroom, which we thought nothing of, since we live in a safe for the most part area. Amongst all the posters I saw on the walls of the cafeteria about nutrition and other things, something below them suddenly caught my attention. An intense, dark, crimson-red colour caught my attention in the low light when I realised the cloth was covering a human figure. It was impossible to tell if the person was a man or woman from where we stood, but I knew it was a person wearing a dark red cloak, and they were just standing there, arms sticking straight out at their sides, with their head aimed towards the floor. They had a hood over their head, so I saw no face. I was so scared, immediately feeling my stomach churn with dread and unease. I shook Emily's shoulder while I whispered to look. She was confused, but went silent as she saw what I had been talking about. "What the heck is that?" she whispered to me, not taking her eyes off the hooded person. Our horror and curiosity was interrupted and worsened when we suddenly heard Mason yelling for us, and his footsteps fast approaching as he ran along the side of the building to where we were. We couldn't tell what he was saying, but stood up from where we crouched. Suddenly, Emily screamed, grabbing my arm so tightly I felt every one of her fingertips pinching my veins. The shriek that came out of her was like nothing I'd ever heard before from anyone, just pure fear. She began dragging me away from the window, and it was only when I looked up, as I was being pulled away, that I realised the hooded person was standing right behind the glass. They had their heads still tilted down, pushed against it, and I still could not see their face. I too began to scream and scramble to get myself upright and running. Like I said, we're all goth, and for some reason insist on wearing black dresses that are far too long. So I'm tripping, trying not to stumble over my dress and platform boots while we sprint to Mason's car. Emily is in tears by the time we get in, and Mason peeled out of the parking lot so fast his tyres spun and squealed on the pavement. We sped down the empty main road, still freaking out, repeatedly yelling, "What the heck? What the heck was that?" And after a few minutes of incoherent rambling, Mason finally gets out what he'd been trying to tell us at the school. He explained he turned on the flashlight on his phone and angled it into the room he was looking into, and saw 3 people lined up facing against the wall, also wearing those long hooded red cloaks. I was feeling sick at this point and was honestly worried I was going to throw up. I told them that we needed to call the police to tell them people might have broken in, but they pointed out how what we were doing was sketchy. Not illegal, but you have to realise we are the only goth people in a town full of people who live by God, guns and country, and we have serious doubts they'd believe us, let alone be on our side. My only guess was that they were some kind of cult or something. But what were they doing in a school? None of us got any sleep that night. I'm not sure how to summarise what happened. I told my family, but they think I'm being dramatic and trying to scare my younger siblings. I was in near tears before my parents half-heartedly validated my concerns. I haven't gone back to my old high school since, and I never will. Satanic goings-on at your old school. I'm sure there was actually some sort of TV programme called Headmaster. I can't remember, but it was something about the headmaster being a demon or Satan or something. It just sounds really familiar to me. I'd love to revisit my old school, but it's been No, I mean just to like snoop around. But my big school, my senior school, is no more because it's been rebuilt. So it just wouldn't do anything for me.
Yeah.
I think my primary school is still the same. And it's so weird because like Nan, my mum, your Nan, went to the same primary school. We all went to it, me and my sisters. And then my nephew, your cousin, Tyler, went to the same primary school. So it's like 3 generations. And your dad went to the same primary school as us as well. Yeah. Keeping it in the family.
The Hayburns, aren't there?
Are you ready for the 4th and final story?
Yes, I am.
My sister had what seems to be a weird ritual or spell performed on her. Right now, my parents and I are on vacation with my siblings, younger brother, older sister. We are in a small village in Montenegro, where my parents are from. I'm not sure if this is witchcraft or what, or if the question really belongs here, but I'm not sure where else to post it. So my father, my older sister and mother went to see my father's childhood home on the outskirts of this mountain town. This weird old couple live in a dilapidated old house, pretty much right next to the house my dad grew up in, also dilapidated. We have always been told that the woman is a witch. As my parents said hello, the woman went inside to, I guess, get this weird spell ready. Then they went to sit down, and when she came back, the woman sat down next to my sister and put her hand on my sister's leg and the other down the back of my sister's high-waisted pants. My sister was obviously freaked out, but didn't move so as not to be rude. As they left, my sister told my mum, and my mum checked her pants and found a white thread that had a knot in it that was about 3/4 of an inch. This happened yesterday. Does anyone know what that could have been for? Was it supposed to be something bad or good? Any details are much appreciated.
AI agents are everywhere, automating tasks and making decisions at machine speed. But agents make mistakes. Just one rogue agent can do big damage before you even notice. Rubrik Agent Cloud is the only platform that helps you monitor agents, set guardrails, and rewind mistakes, so you can unleash agents, not risk. Accelerate your AI transformation at Rubrik.com. That's RUBRIK.com.
Monday Sidekick, the AI agent that knows you and your business, thinks ahead, and takes action. Ask it anything. Seriously. Monday Sidekick, AI you'll love to use. Start a free trial today on Monday.com.
This one is intriguing because in my knowledge of witchcraft and wickery, I don't know why I said wickery. I said wizardry, isn't it? That's where it came from. String with like knots on, like I've got around my wrist. It's a bit old now. That did used to be white, but I've tied in, I think it's 7 or 13 knots, and each one you recite your prayer and I did say prayer in like quotation marks because it's the same sort of thing as a prayer. Your intention into the knots, and then you just leave it, tie it on your wrist and leave it.
Yeah.
And it sounds very similar to that kind of thing. So I don't think it was bad, and I hope it wasn't anyway.
Well, that's the end of this episode. I hope you enjoyed, and we'll catch up with you again soon.
We will indeed. We will catch you again tomorrow. Take care, everyone.
Goodbye.
AI agents are everywhere, automating tasks and making decisions at machine speed. But agents make mistakes. Just one rogue agent can do big damage before you even notice. Rubrik Agent Cloud is the only platform that helps you monitor agents, set guardrails, and rewind mistakes, so you can unleash agents, not risk. Accelerate your AI transformation at Rubrik.com. That's RUBRIK.com.
If you're a smoker or vapor, ready to make a change, you really only need one good reason. But with Zyn nicotine pouches, you'll discover many good reasons. Zyn is America's #1 nicotine pouch brand. Plus, Zyn offers a robust rewards program. There are lots of options when it comes to nicotine satisfaction, but there's only one Zyn. Check out Zyn.com/find to find Zyn at a store near you. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical.
Hey, I'm Paige DeSorbo, and I'm always thinking about underwear.
I'm Hannah Berner, and I'm also thinking about underwear, but I prefer full coverage. I like to call them my granny panties.
Actually, I never think about underwear. That's the magic of Tommy John.
Same. They're so light and so comfy, and if it's not comfortable, I'm not wearing it.
And the bras, soft, supportive, and actually breathable.
Yes, Lord knows the girls need to breathe. Also, I need my PJs to breathe and be buttery soft and stretchy enough for my dramatic tossing and turning at night. That's why I live in my Tommy John pajamas.
Plus, they're so cute because they fit perfectly.
Put yourself on to Tommy John.
Upgrade your drawer with Tommy John. Save 25% for a limited time at TommyJohn.com/comfort. See site for details.